All right, ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning. A very, very, very good morning. Welcome back to another one. Welcome back to, this is TD Markets Academy, TD Markets Exchange. Welcome to the trading room. It's a Tuesday, a brand new day. Hope you guys had a good evening last night. You are well rested and ready for the markets, mentally ready for the markets, yeah? Good morning, guys. Let me see who's present. I'm gonna start by marking the register first. We've got AV Trader 99 particles in the house. We've got Jules. We've got Laduma Football Club. I think this is the first time I see Laduma in the house. If you're joining us for the first time there, welcome to Laduma. Welcome to you. Welcome to you. Welcome to you. I hope you've already subscribed, yeah? I hope you've already subscribed. Yeah. Anyone who's joining us for the first time, we welcome you to the session. You would notice the schedule on the thumbnail of this stream, yeah? Welcome. We've got, let me see, Boka mentioning Euro Pound. Yeah, no, we're going to go through it. Intel is in the house. Kabelo, Kingsley, Busi. Yeah, no, look. Definitely. Big welcome to everyone joining us for the first time. Now, remember, all the links are on the chat. If you want to follow us on all social media platforms, the links are on the chat. If you want to open up a trading account with us, start your trading journey with us, we've got different types of accounts that you can use. All right. Just head over to tdmarkets.com. Under account types, you'll see the different accounts we have. All right. These accounts have their own specs. So if you click on see more, you'll be able to see the specs of these accounts. I like to use the word specs, just to make it very simple. You will notice more information on these accounts. All right. You've got different accounts that you can use. That is tdmarkets.com. All right. Nice and simple, easy process. It'll take you under 2 minutes to sign up for a trading account. All right. We do have our exchange as well. That is the TD Markets Exchange. So for all the crypto enthusiasts out there, if you want to trade derivatives, crypto derivatives in our platform, the exchange, all right, you can head over to tdmarkets.io, sign up for an account, and you will be sorted. Yeah. We also do have education for you guys. All you need is a trading account for you guys to get some education. Our website is tdmarkets.com. So there is an introduction video that we have recorded. So once you, open up an account, register a trading account with us, and then you want to attend the education sessions we have, right? There's an introduction video that we're going to send you. Our website is tdmarketsacademy.com. But also, I would also encourage that you send an email also to care@tdmarkets.com, right? care@tdmarkets.com, so that you get that introduction video, so that you know where to go from here. All right. We do have our in-house education. Ashley is doing the education this week, and I'm doing the trading rooms this week. All right. So that's how we do it. All right. I think we are ready. We've got, let me see. We've got Kitty, we've got Tanya in the house as well. Yeah, no, I think we're ready. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's a Tuesday, of course. Yesterday, we went over some analysis just to prepare for the week. I showed you guys some setups, took you guys through my watch list for the week. Nice and simple, all right? We don't have to complicate it. Just keep it nice and simple. So we're going to go over those assets again. And see what has happened and what could happen, right? Good morning, Mark. Good morning. But before that, I think it's important that we start with some fundamental breakdown, all right? Some fundamentals so that we know what's ahead. I briefly mentioned the fundamentals yesterday, so I'm just going to go over them, just a quick overview of the fundamentals, all right? Yeah, so the key market moving headlines this week, right, are centered around Nvidia's earnings, the Fed signal from the Jackson Hole Symposium, inflation data, US inflation data, obviously the escalating US Iran sanctions, the bond market pressures as well as the US Canada trade tension. All right. So just to go through them one by one. So Nvidia earnings are expected tomorrow, right? We know Nvidia is the largest and most influential stock due to the AI, right? Or due to AI. So they're expected to report their earnings, and investors are watching for updates on AI demand, right? AI is booming, hence we're seeing the tech stocks, have been booming as well. So Nvidia earnings tomorrow, and then on Thursday kickstarts the Jackson Hole Symposium on Thursday, right? Jackson Hole Symposium, I briefly spoke about what Jackson Hole is. It's an annual conference that takes place around this time, where the world leaders, policymakers, central bankers come together to discuss various things impacting the global markets, impacting the world. All right, and obviously their economies. So yeah, so the Fed chair, Kevin Warsh, this will be his first Jackson Hole Economic Symposium. All right, so he will deliver a keynote. Markets are looking for signals on the path of interest rates amid sticky inflation concerns. All right, so they are looking for signals around interest rates. The Fed minutes recently indicated that many participants see a potential for further tightening if inflation does not decline sufficiently. All right, so in simple terms, on Friday, Kevin Warsh will give his keynote speech, and during the past two FOMC meetings, according to his communication style, he stated that he's not going to give any hints during the press conference, for the past two FOMC meetings. So I think this one, I don't know if he's gonna give any hints or forward guidance, because that's not his style. But traders will keep pay very close attention to what he says, even if he doesn't give any signals or any guidance. But traders are gonna watch this very closely, all right, for any hints. All right, so that is on Friday at 4 p.m. On Friday, 4 p.m., that's when Kevin Warsh will give his keynote. It will be streaming live on like Bloomberg and all the other news outlets, right? So I think Bloomberg will be the one. We've got core PCE coming up on Wednesday as well, another inflation data, and obviously the escalating US-Iran tension, and that the escalating. So that is still ongoing. So that is briefly what we can expect this week. All right, briefly what we can expect this week, but I don't think these are gonna affect our setups. Yeah, I don't think these are gonna affect our setups, unless when it comes to the US-Iran tension, unless there's a new update, right? Because what's happening right now within the US and Iran, it has driven oil prices up and they've been volatile. All right, so we're gonna have a look at the oil charts shortly. There's still inflation fears because of energy prices. So that is still ongoing, right? That is nothing new to us, right? So anything might change at any time. So it's important that you pay close attention to anything with regards to the US and Iran. All right, cool. So that's a quick fundamental update, right? Let me see. Young Sunny, good morning. Monkey Zar FX, good morning. I saw a question around Euro JPY. Okay, so Euro JPY. I saw another question on Euro USD. You never disappoint when it comes to your analysis, Brati. Keep it up. No, thank you. No, thank you. Look, this thing is not easy. Trading is not easy. All right, trading is not easy. We are human. at the end of the day. So we can make mistakes there. But what I always say is, once you have the skill, once you've got that skill is for a lifetime, right? So you guys have been checking out my analysis, right? They've been checking out my analysis. This is years and years and years of practice, right? It's years and years of practice. But thank you, right? I take it, and that is what we want. That is where we want every single one of you guys to reach, that level where you can analyze, and obviously with enough practice, your view, your interpretation of the markets will improve. So don't give up. Continue analyzing, continue trading. Even if you're going through some storm, continue trading, because at some point things are gonna start clicking. Things are gonna start clicking. Yeah. USD. All right. Great stuff. So let's have a look. Let's start with the DXY, guys. Let's start with the DXY. Look at what the DXY has done. We spoke about the DXY pushing up, where the DXY came from. All right. We spoke about that comorbidities are high. We're going to see a push towards the upside on the DXY, which means there is some dollar strength coming in. So it has pushed up slightly. We're not anticipating a move all the way towards the upside, right? Not as yet. But looking at these order blocks here, probabilities are high that we're going to reach one of these order blocks. So, for this week, I'm anticipating dollar strength this week, right? Not long term as yet, but this week. So it has pushed up slightly. As a result, Euro USD has pushed down, GBP USD has pushed down, silver has pushed down. Silver is correcting. We're gonna have a look at that, right? So before we go to the FX pairs, this is what dollar index is doing. There could be a correction on the lower time frame, right? There could be these corrections, such corrections, right? But not the overall, but this structure at the moment is bullish. So we're anticipating this structure to continue so that Euro USD can drop for that setup we spoke about yesterday, right? So that's what the DXY is doing. Keeping an eye on this area between 99.3 to 99.5, right? Between 99.3 to 99.5, keeping a very close eye on that. All right, which means where is it? There we go. Which means if you look at your dollar pairs, all right, we'll get to Euro Yen just now. Let me start with Euro USD. Now, Euro USD, look what happened, all right? This is the power of being patient with your setups, being patient. So yesterday we said, let's just wait for this daily candlestick to close bearish with that spike. So now we've got a lower high there. We've got a lower high and price broke below the structure. Notice how it went for a retest immediately, right? So in terms of this information through the candlesticks, this is what we anticipated. So this is what's happening right now. We had a test. If you go to a much lower time frame, you're gonna see a proper structure. Here's a proper structure now. Now we are descending. Price is descending now. All right. So with Euro USD, we are looking for a short-term sell, right? Short-term sell, which could possibly take us to that 61.8 of the Fib. If you draw your Fibonacci, but this is just gonna be an intraday, a short-term move, an intraday move, which could take us around these zones, around these levels, 61.8. Right? That was the view we had yesterday. We're still maintaining the same view. So yeah, so there could be, this is just gonna be an intraday move. So one more push back down, and then we'll come back and see what's gonna happen around these zones. Because looking at where the market is, coming from, let me just remove all of this. Looking at where the market is coming from, we could still get a bit of a push towards the downside, all right? But the idea is to take it price action by price action. That's what I always say, price action by price action. It would be good if Euro USD was to do this, right? Looking at this swing structure here, right, which is still bearish. Looking at this swing structure, it would be good if it does this, because this would be a good trade down, about 500 pips down. But I don't want to focus on that as yet. So we're going to take it one piece at a time. So for now, let me go back. Let me put the Fibonacci. Let me do this. Yeah. So for now, any shorts here, some intraday move, any shorts back down to this area. Back down to this area. So anybody looking at Euro USD, that is what we spoke about. All right. Let me quickly go to GBP USD as well before we go look at the yen pairs. GBP USD, where is it now? There we go. So GBP USD, it closed with a week as well. It closed with a week. So this is yesterday's daily candle. All right. So this is today's daily candle. Now you see what's happening here. What's happening here? We have this, the low of this candle. So at the moment, price action on GBP USD is trading inside this range. Just by looking at candlesticks, understanding candlesticks, right? Never mind the structure right now, just by looking at candlesticks, because this is where GBP USD is. It's on this high. So we are waiting to see if this high is going to hold price. We're waiting to see if this high is going to hold price. And the past 3 daily candles are suggesting that it could hold price because of these wicks. Because of these wicks, right? So right now, we are inside this range. It's about 56 pips range. All right. So this current daily candle, let me go back to the 1 hour and show you, right? So that current daily candle, so I would take this as a retracement, right? But now there is a bit of a problem with this one. So if we say this is the retracement, anticipating that we're going to get a lower high, there's a problem with this. There's nothing wrong in us having that view, but the problem, or this might not be the ideal view to have, because this candle, we didn't break this low here. So if this candle had broken down this low, then that would be the most ideal scenario for us to say we're anticipating a lower high, because it can still play around. That's why if you go to your 4 hour, even your 1 hour, we are just inside. It's just here. Now, I'm going to go back to Euro USD. Look at Euro USD. We'll come back here. So Euro USD on the daily time frame, this is what I'm talking about. So the ideal situation for us to say that's a lower high is if price breaks the structure, breaks these lows. That's it. Then that's when you say, okay, now we would anticipate that to be a lower high and this to be a lower high. So between Euro USD and GBP USD, the ideal one here for me would be Euro USD. GBP USD, it might require us to wait a little bit. However, we would anticipate this candle to form to give us a lower high. If that happens, then the next candle should be going down to break that. Or even this current candle, maybe during the course of the day, we could still go down and break, right? But it would be better if we broke below first. It would be better. So GBP USD, that's how it's doing, right? It is still ranging. We're watching out for any break now towards the downside to come back down to areas, such areas here, right? Areas like this, such areas like this. All right. So this is how we're looking at the moment, all right? Just a quick touchdown or a quick glimpse on the dollar. We're gonna go to what we spoke about yesterday. I see there's something that came through. Can we go back? USD Swiss should be going up. Yeah, exactly. Look at that. Pinpoint unfortunately, I haven't had a trade. You guys can see, right? I haven't had a trade. Yeah, I haven't had a setup as yet. But Euro Swiss, this is how it's looking, right? Euro Swiss, this is the area. We could go back. If it breaks, then we're gonna go back to this area here. So Euro Swiss, this one is just moving up. Just how we spoke about it yesterday, right? So I'm still waiting for a buy here. I'm still waiting for a buy. Let me remove this because so as this was correcting down here, right, I was willing to buy around these areas. So I was waiting for this correction here just to try and come back down to these areas, right, giving us a higher low around these areas. That's where I was waiting to buy, right, not anywhere here. So now you see what happened. It consolidated and then it went up. I mean, I was asleep. I was asleep when this broke out. So there was no way I could have caught this. I was asleep. So yeah, the plan for this was to look for a buy around these areas. So now that didn't happen. So let me look at the daily. Let's see what we can do now. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I still need another correction now. I still need another correction. All right. So now, looking if this is gonna happen here. All right. We come back to tap this zone. With what I see down here. I'm on the 1 hour time frame. With what I see down here, I see there's an order block here, right? So price might be attracted back to the order block, and then we could get this afterwards. So it's either going to come back to tap this zone, go up, or this order block might attract price back down and then do this. So meaning, if I was to buy, I would look for a buy either here or here. That's where I would look for a buy. All right, that's where I would look for a buy. Anywhere else, my risk and reward ratio will not be in my favor. So if you see now, for me, a buy down here would be the one I would favor. Why? Because of the risk to reward ratio. So if I take a buy, here, my stop loss would probably be like this. Let me show you. My stop loss would probably be like this, and my reward would potentially be this. This would potentially be my reward. So this is a good risk and reward ratio. It's a good risk and reward ratio, right? So here, if I were to enter the position where price is, which is not what I want, I would be forced to put a stop loss down here, right? And my reward would potentially be this. So this is not a risk and reward ratio that's in my favor, right? It's a 1-to-1, this one. There's nothing wrong with the 1-to-1, but looking at where my stop loss would be. Now, many of you guys might be asking yourself, but why don't you put the stop loss there? Well, this would be a dangerous stop loss because there's a possibility that price can still come back and tap the zone, right? So if you take a buy, put a stop loss here, and then price starts to correct, it might come back down to tap the zone before it goes up. So you're going to be stopped out, and then price goes up. So risk and reward ratio is important. It's very important, right? In a long term, it's going to help you. It's really going to help you. So yeah, so I want it to come back down here so that this can be the risk and reward ratio. All right. Yeah. So USD Swiss, that's how we are looking, right? Nice and proper. Cool stuff. Let's look at the commodities. All right. Let's start with gold. Now, just to remind you guys quickly on gold. On gold, we said we're anticipating the correction to begin. We're anticipating the start of the correction. Where's my color now? We're anticipating the start of the correction, all right? As long as price broke this high, we're anticipating start of the correction. So look what's happening now. We're starting to see some aggressive move towards the downside. All right, so let's analyze. Let's analyze. All right, so let's see what's happening here. All right, so so price swept that high. Came back down aggressively, and it's trying to break this low. So what's happening when you look at the 4 hour right now, so this green candlestick swept the high of this red candlestick, and then the next bearish candlestick confirms that the previous one swept the high of this candlestick. So the ideal situation here would be what's happening right now. So we've got this aggressive sell-off, and now this current 4 hour candle is looking for a lower high, right? And look at where it's looking for a lower high. It's looking for a lower high within the zone of this candlestick, right? The wick of this candlestick, this lower high is looking for, this candle is looking for a lower high around this, right? So now we need a break of this. So it seems like gold is going to be moving today. We need a break of that. There's the 4 hour. This is the 4 hour chart. If you go to the 1 hour, this is how it's looking. So you see now with this price action, as long as price does not take out this lower high here, we can anticipate a break to happen. This is some nice price action we're seeing here. Straightforward. Let me go back to the 8 hour time frame. Let's see on the 8 hour if this, the daily nothing as yet, but the 8 hour, okay. So what I would do here, I would use the same outlook as the Euro USD. So any move towards the downside, I would use, this is going to be a short-term move. I would use the 50 and the 61.8 as targets. 50, 61.8 as targets, right? 50, 61.8 as targets. I would use the Fibonacci for my targets. So so keep a close eye on this. As long as it doesn't take out this high, we are most likely going to get the breakout here. So you can either observe this on the M15 time frame, on the 1 hour. On the 1 hour, let me go to the 4 hour. So it seems like, gold, we're looking for this on gold. Right, for this on gold. This is what we spoke about yesterday. Silver has just been correcting. Silver hasn't broken up, right? So it's still correcting. So this correction now, it's getting a bit bigger now, which is what we initially spoke about, right? It's getting a bit bigger. Let me go back to the 1 hour. Let's just zoom in. So it hasn't broken out, it's getting a bit bigger. So I mean, for any short-term sells, I'm still swinging this one. For any short-term sells, which I'm not gonna look for any short-term sells on this one, right? But for any short-term sells, definitely the target would be down here on this 4 hour week. The 4 hour week would be the target I would go. Maybe I would short-term sell this. I'll see. I don't know. But you see what's happening. Let's just zoom in. It's clear. It's clear that this is holding price. Price came down, gave us a last move. So we are here now. Yeah, so silver is also looking for a lower high. Seems like it found the lower high. So this is the 4-hour candle, right? The close of this candle, the structure would be bearish now. The structure is turning bearish, right? There's a shift right here. So the structure is turning bearish now. It's turning bearish, right? So yeah, so any short-term movements here, yeah, I would anticipate the market to come back down to these zones, right? Maybe also this week, anywhere around this week. So it seems like today, or even this week, it seems like due to the strength of the dollar we're seeing because of the DXY, gold is correcting that big push up. Silver is also correcting that big push up, right? So it seems like this week, the short-term focus, or the focus would be the short-term move down on gold and silver. So let's watch out. So the 4-hour candle must close like this, so that we have this week. Anything that retests this week is good. So you know, you might have it close like this, and the next candle could retest this zone of this week before it drops down. So we need this week to form. Yeah. Silver also, that lower high, we need this week to form. So any retests off within the week, you know, could provide us an entry. So yeah. So these are the 4-hour candles, right? I'm not sure when they're gonna close. I need to get a candlestick timer, but I'll check on TradingView when they're gonna close. Uh, 4 hours. They're gonna close in an hour 53 minutes. So these 4-hour candles are gonna close in an hour 53 minutes. All right, so we're standing by. The yen pairs. Let's have a look at the yen pairs. Now you see, there we go. So yeah, could get an entry anywhere now. Anywhere. So the daily candlestick has closed. We are looking at the same thing that happened here. So yeah, so this is the setup. Now. We are starting to push up. Break that high, we go up. So the daily candle, this is how it's looking. Break and then go up. So yeah, so anyway, we're gonna start pushing up. All right, that's euro yen. Pound yen, I'm just gonna leave it because yeah, nothing was happening when we looked at this one. Price just went up, but we know where this is going. CAD yen. Whew. Let me do this. Yeah, CAD yen, we also looking for this. So it seems like the yen are done correcting, right? The yen pairs are done correcting. So now starting to push up now. CAD yen, NZD yen. NZD yen is just about to break. NZD yen is about to break as well. NZD yen is about to break. All right, so this is what's happening at the moment. Let me look at dollar yen. Dollar yen should be going up as well. Oof. Yeah, no. There's your buffet, guys. There is your buffet. There's your breakfast right now. So your breakfast, here's your breakfast. Let me do this. Let's put the yen pairs. Here is your breakfast. You will choose your poison. We've got euro yen. We've got NZD JPY. We have dollar yen. What's this one? Okay, we've got CAD yen as well. So let me put them like this. So there's your breakfast, guys. There is your breakfast. There's your breakfast. Importance of having a plan, analyzing, waiting for everything to play out. You can even have kind of like a checklist as well, right? Have a checklist, USD JPY and CAD JPY. There is your buffet. There is your buffet. Choose your poison. You'll choose your poison. You'll choose your poison. All right, you'll choose your poison. So in terms of the dollar and the yen, that's how we're looking, all right? Now, we spoke about the indices yesterday as well. We spoke about the indices yesterday as well. Let's go. US 30, NASDAQ. All right, that's what we spoke about. Now, look at what NASDAQ has done. I'm just going to remove these things, right? So NASDAQ, we said it's likely going to break this low. So anywhere around here, we are looking for a higher low, anywhere around here. So starting to get some upside. So on the 1 hour, the structure hasn't changed. Even though we are starting to get some upside, but the structure hasn't changed altogether. All right. So NASDAQ, that hasn't changed. We're still looking for this. That hasn't changed. All right. Let me look at the 4 hour. Let's see. Okay, there's nothing on the 4 hour. Yeah, there's nothing on the 4 hour. The 1 hour. Yeah, so structure is trying to shift. If you look at this miniature structure here, right? We've got these bigger swings. Like for instance, if you follow my arrow, these are the bigger swings, right? Of this descending structure. Now internally, we've got the internal structure that's trying to shift, which is this one. This is the internal structure. It's trying to shift, all right? So price is struggling here. So we want the internal structure to shift, of course, right? Market shift of the internal structure so that it can give us signs that we could proceed and break the bigger structure. So a couple of things on this one. The internal structure breaks, shifts, the market breaks towards the upside, then we would break out of this resistance there. Then, for me, any retests of this is what I would look for, right? So that is what we're looking for. Now you see where it is. It has not broken out. So there's always that possibility that price can come back down one more time. It can come back down one more time. That possibility is there, which most of the time you will see price coming back down to this low again before this happens. Before this happens, right? So as long as we are below this low, price can proceed going up from where it is, or it can still come back down one more time from the to these lows and then start doing this, right? So that is the idea here. Let's see what's going to happen today. It could be one for today as well. Could be one for today. But yeah, we can see that there is a bit of pressure around this area. There is that pressure around this area. The US 30 has slightly moved towards the upside. Let me do this. This is where we are. right? We said we're looking for a push towards the upside. Let me just do this. A push towards the upside. So yeah, so also this one, I haven't had a trading opportunity as yet, but it's coming. It's definitely coming. It's definitely coming. So let's see if it can come back and tap this. If it can do this, tap this, and then go up again. Right? Let's see if that will happen. If not, then we could get a correction, which could be something like this. Which could be something like this. And then up again. We could get something like this, right? Similar to this one here. Similar to this one. That is where my entries are going to come from, right? So it's either this is going to come back to tap this area and then give us this, or it's going to give us a correction without tapping that area. So we'll have to wait and see what will happen here. Nasdaq, all right, we went to Nasdaq at 11 a.m. Okay, okay. Should the current candlestick close bullish on gold, which means our setup is invalidated because the overall structure is bull? Yeah, so when you go back to gold, so Galboka, so when you go back to gold, right? Yeah, you are right. The bigger structure is still bullish on gold, all right? Still bullish. So now here we've got an impulse. So the idea here is, since we have broken out of this structure, should price create a new structure, which is a new higher high, we could be getting a correction. So the correction I have in mind is something like this. That's the correction I have in mind, right, for gold to create. So if it creates something like this, then definitely it's going to be short-term sells. So the current candle, the question is, if the current candle closes bullish, will it invalidate our setup? Not as yet. For it to invalidate our setup, it needs to break this high. It needs to break this high for it to invalidate our setup. You know, yeah, as long as it doesn't break above this range. As long as it doesn't break above this range, right, from this high all the way down to this low, then you're still good to go, right? But also we would want, you know, a candle with a longer wick like this to appear anywhere around this area. So if it closes bullish, I don't think it's going to invalidate our setup. We could still get another candle, in fact, right? So another scenario would be this. So let's say this candle closes bullish, boom, boom, right? Cool. And maybe it goes maybe 50% of the bearish candle, maybe 50%. The next candle, when it forms, we would be watching out for maybe the next candle to give us a spike. If it gives us a spike, then we know, okay, this is now looking for a lower high, which means the entry could be even from not on the breakout, but even from somewhere around here. You see that? So yeah, so that is, you know, another view I would have if this 4-hour candle closes bullish. Another view I would have, we would want the next candle to give us a lower high. So on the lower time frame, it would be something like this. You would see price going up, maybe correctively, giving us a lower high and then doing this, which now would look like this. There we go. Which now would look like this. So that means the opportunity with this view would be this move. This move down would be the opportunity, the trading opportunity here. right? It would be a correction similar to this one. Similar to this one. There. Right. So yeah, so this is another view. Let's see what's going to happen. But looking at the 4 hour, this 4 hour, we can see that there's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of pressure from the sellers, right? So it doesn't seem like it's going to close as bullish. But hey, you never know. You can never be sure, 100% sure. But look at this pressure here. Look at this pressure here. Yeah. So we can prepare for one more push to the downside on gold. One more push down on gold. Yeah. Cool stuff. So ladies and gentlemen, this is how things are looking. This is how things are looking, right? You actually don't need a lot of pairs in your watch list. If you can get this, just 3, maybe 2-3 quality setups a week, 2-3 quality setups a week, and then you have these setups consistently. Of course, you will never know if next week the same setup will form, but what I'm saying is you don't need a lot of setups, just 2 a week. Do this consistently. 6 months, you should be at a different level, on a different level. All right. So this is how things are looking. Some great setups. There's a buffet for you guys. So you will choose whether you want bacon and eggs, whether you want toast and what, whether you want some sausage rolls, whether it's a buffet, right? It's a buffet. So yeah. So there we go. All right. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys did subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let's see later on, right? Let's come back again later on. Let's see what is going to happen. Right? But there's some really good setups that are developing. Risk management, very important. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to leave it here for this morning. I'll catch you guys later on. Have a good one. Enjoy your morning. And yeah, we'll talk again soon. Cheers.